Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GCS, this time with new streaming software, with new basically everything, directly on Twitch here from Shanghai. I hope this works. We see the studio here from Imba TV, looking great, and it's getting better every day. Today, playoffs day 2, man. We start with WFZ versus Lin and Remo. What else do we have to offer?
We have 4 series today. Yesterday we had 5, our longest day, but today it's decision time. WZ versus Lin first, then we're going to be playing the other upper bracket match, which is going to be Czech versus 120. By the way, just saying, 2 undeads in the semifinal in the upper bracket. What's going on there? And then after that we're going to be heading into the losers bracket, where Infi, TH and Romantic are facing off. 3 humans, and of course our representative Foggy. It's going to be 2 players advancing, 2 dropping out, and, well, 2 of course from the upper bracket dropping down to the lower bracket. Yeah. And also after today, we're also going to have 2 players which are already guaranteed top 3.
That's right. Not a great day for China yesterday, with the Infi, of course, dropping, with TH dropping to Lin. We can see the... Okay. I have to Twitch it all the time. All right. New streaming program that I'm not too familiar with, so I hope this is... we'll get used to it, but I think it is. This is the lower bracket. Infi and TH, Romantic and Foggy, the 2 greatest humans in the world, facing each other in round 1 of the lower bracket.
This reminds us of NWL, where we were greatly surprised with the 2 being in the lower bracket, and actually... both dropped out pretty quickly. Of course, one had to in that face-off early on. I'm really looking forward to that match, though. I actually really like Human Mirror. It's my favorite Mirror matchup. And if we go to big maps, to long games, we have the Tier 3 dream of the long matches with the high-level heroes and the entire tech tree and everything. But yeah, today, actually, only interesting matches, I feel.
Yes.
Orc versus Human. Orc versus Undead versus Night Elf, Human versus Night Elf, and Human Mirror. I'm hoping that this is going to be our best day yet.
I think so too, man. Day 2 of the playoffs, and from now on, it's only getting better. Here we see WFZ, 26 years old, the 2-2 partner of Yumiko. What a surprise yesterday, beating Infi 2-0 in Undead versus Human. And the second game, man, only lasts 6 minutes. We have to say,
crazy.
Infi is kind of sick. He had a fever, so maybe not his best performance that he could do, but WFZ was strong as fuck, and can he repeat that? He is getting up against the Juggernaut here today, against the current reigning world champion of WCA. This is Lin, and this is one of the scariest guys that the Warcraft Circus has to offer.
He had a bad day 2 days ago where he definitely underperformed against 120. I think if he plays like this again now against WFZ, he is going to have a very, very tough time. But he usually doesn't have too many of those bad days. Maybe that single one he had is going to be all that there's going to be. And...
okay, there's a little issue with our overlay, I guess. But that's all right. Here we go. In-game, there's some white stuff on there. I don't really know what it is. Maybe we have to crop it a bit. Because we see the Windows bar.
Yeah, it's... I guess the... Yeah, the picture, the capture of my game.
Yeah,
my
we have to crop it a bit.
Seems to not be. Anyways, I'm gonna still do the camera here. We can still see the game basically entirely. It's not 100% fit perfectly, but we see the game, and that's the most important part.
I think we just need to crop like a little bit off the top and then stretch it again. I hope this will work. Well, the technicians are looking over our shoulder here right now.
Neat little trick, by the way. WFZ is going for the Ted Fiends, as it seems like the Chinese top undead seem to be always going for nowadays. And he chopped down 2 trees here early, which is a little trick that you can do with the ghouls. Like you attack the tree and you harvest the tree, and you attack the tree and you harvest the tree. Not something we see too much. Something, by the way, that the Europeans were told and taught on Czechi's stream. I wonder if he's watching right now. If so, buddy, give me some baby rage. But yeah, Lin, he is a absolute monster in this matchup, basically in any matchup. At least I thought so for the longest time. Yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. We had a bit of time to talk to him, and he said he's not feeling lost against Undead, but he has difficulties. Ever since he came back from the military and he has to face off against these amazing players, there's a lot of different strategies that the Undeads can go for, like Pit Lord, Dark Ranger push, Banshees, late game stuff. And he says he doesn't really feel like he has the perfect answer. I think he likes to go triple hero. I asked him also, what do you think about Shadowhunter without tier 3? Like go for early walkers and raiders and then go tier 3 later. But he says, but then you have to play Shadowhunter solo. And he thinks, or at least yesterday he thought, that you can't win against Undead, against the good Undead, with only a Shadowhunter. Either it has to be triple hero or a TC second. And, well, no Shadowhunter then. Not so sure that I agree with his opinion there, but that's what he told me yesterday. So I wonder if he's feeling more confident today, because against 1-2-0 it certainly seemed like he was having some issues, and he wasn't feeling all that at home in this matchup, I guess I could say. Let's take a look at the techs here. Both players pretty similar. The Undead actually ahead in tech slightly, as the Orc is going for the 2 burrow tech here, not the 1 burrow. Means the Lich is going to be a little bit earlier than the second hero of choice for the Orc. And I think WFZ's aim here is going to be keep the Blade Master from creeping as much as possible. If he gets to level 3, once the second hero is out, then he's going to be easily able to keep the Undead busy and probably going to be able to create enough space for the second hero to find some levels. And of course, that's what WZ wants to prevent from happening. Keep TC or Shadowhunter from level 2, and that saves you a lot of issues. Of course, getting your Lich up to high levels is also great, but the Lich is already pretty damn good with Frost Armor, which is of course so effective against... Oh, hold that thought. Acolyte looking for it, but no. Secures it with a Windwalk, costing some mana, I guess. Does the DK want to go for a saving coil? Probably not worth it. Acolyte would die anyways. Grunts now on the lookout if maybe there's some creeping happening here. Not yet, but might be getting done here with only the Fiend and the Ghouls. Where the DK... Where is he? Oh, he's standing in the middle here, getting new skeletons. Trying to do more scouting. That's one of the things that 1-2-0 got so known for. The skeleton scouts everywhere, all the time. But now he has lost track of his opponent. And that might be enough time for the Blade Master. Oh, it's going to be close, though. He has the Dust of Appearance. He's moving in. Here come the ensnares. Dust has been used. The Ogre is low. And the coil will be there. And he gets his level 2. Blade Master found the Scroll of the Beast. Not selling it yet. And here are the Grunts. They don't want to let the Undead creep this for free. Nice. He takes those last hits. But still, the DK got his level 2 already.
Our brave technicians are working on the overlay. I hope this will be adjusted soon. It's not that easy as it is on XSplit or OBS, so let's focus on the game that we see here. So
Tier 2 about to finish, and thanks to the 2 burrow tech, it's going to be later. And this is already the first big decision. Does he go for an SH? Because if he does, it's going to be a triple hero strategy. Yeah. That's at least what he told me yesterday. Or is it going to be a TC only without healing?
That would be so risky. It is a TC.
If he plays this without Spirit Lodge, that is so damn risky. Oh, speaking of risky, these Fiends far out on the map. The Blade Master doesn't have the boots, though. So it makes getting those Fiends away to safety much easier. The block isn't quite there. The Unholy Aura is here to help this. And now you can see how important this last hit on the Ogre was with the coil. Without this, he would not have the Aura. And especially if the Blade Master had boots, these Fiends would be in grave danger. Blade Master has found a very good inventory. I mean, you know, it's Echo Isles. It's going to happen. But no level 3 yet. And if he scouts with skeletons that it's going to be a TC, he might be going for a lot of pressure early. And of course, the Frost Armor is going to help greatly with this.
It's a Voodoo launch, right? In the base of him? Yeah. So he doesn't play it like full risk, but still pretty damn risky without heal wave against the Nuke of the Undead. That's hard, but at least he has Spirit Link.
Easily has the resource for tier 3 as well, by the way. I'm wondering what he's saving up so much for. He gets the stuff here for the second hero, but still easily has enough. I guess he wants to go for 2 units first, maybe, and then tier 3. We're going to see about
with Ensnare, he has so much map control, so I think he's
but look at
focusing on this.
Ensnare and Walker. He's going to be doing it. He still has enough for the tier 3.
No, he didn't stop the Walker yet.
Yeah, but still, even if he goes for it, still going to be enough. You see? Still enough.
Okay.
So he could have gone for tier 3 like 30 seconds ago. Maybe
Okay.
the macro is slipping a little for him. And seems like WZ is definitely anticipating this. If he was thinking about an SH second, he would not be this aggressive with only 2 Fiends. But he wants to keep this TC very low. Can he get the kill here? He's going to have to invest a lot of coils, but doesn't want to do it. Just shoos him away, keeps him from creeping. Oh, he wanted to go for a peon expansion here. Really greedy.
Whoa.
Lin plays this so greedy, man.
Usually
he doesn't get it.
Blade Master gets another last hit, I guess. But yeah, WFZ playing this very, very well so far. And is up with the world champion. And that is something that usually only 1-0 can say about himself. His statistic against him is very hard. And Lin is a beast against Undead. He said, I have no idea what I have to do here. I just play like I feel like I have to play. Maybe that is WFZ's chance in this matchup here.
But now there is a Walker here. That's going to be a Raider in a second as well. The end snare has already been researched. And here comes the expansion again. So the first cancellation is easy. But now, going for a cancel again, I think would be a bad choice. Because, I mean, the Blade Master isn't 3. The TC is only level 2. But this Undead army, not so strong. And especially without Destroyers, fighting through all of this Spirit Link, I don't think it's going to be wise. So I think WZ is playing this really well so far. Always finding the right windows of opportunity to be aggressive or to creep or to, for example, last hit here with the coil. So far, I'm really damn impressed with the Chinese Undead player here. I don't see any mistakes as of yet. Tier 3 has been done. Now Destroyer upgrade is coming right here as the first statue has just popped out. And, well, Orc expansion is still going to take a while. We all know that thing takes like, I don't know, I've never run a clock, but I think it's something like 7 minutes. Should be around there. DK now going towards the shop. It's going to be time for the orb. And with the creeping of the Merc Camp, that should be enough for level 3 as well.
Yeah, I think so. And the thing is that WFZ knows about this expansion plans and he sends something out to creep again, but creep check by Lin with a speed scroll engagement. Where's the stump coming? Here we go. Not yet. There we go. Hitting all the fiends, and he has some illusions there on the TC as well with the Spirit Link. Such a great tool. And he gets the statue, the first one. No more healing currently. And this is not looking good for him. And he got caught off guard. Even brings the ghouls here against the Raiders.
Oh, the Lich maybe getting surrounded and killed, but he has the invo.
Yeah, he used to call him the Fiend before that. It was really dangerous. And now the ghouls are showing their value here against the Raiders. But nice last up on the Blade Master again. Coil is in time. But for how much longer? We saw the Blade Master is so strong. Lich has the TP out. And that was so close before the stun hit.
We have a Destroyer now. This was the big deal. He gets the Raider here with a Coil. That was really good timing by Lin, trying to find that window of opportunity for himself now. Before the Destroyer upgrade is done, and with Spirit Link and with the Scroll of the Beast, he was really, really strong. But now with the Destroyer out, I don't know that he should really take a fight anymore. The DK, though, is really low on mana, so I really like the aggressiveness here by Lin. Once again, showing he doesn't, like, play autopilot. He goes like, yeah, I'm not yet level 3, but I'm close, so I gotta creep a little bit. No. He knows, alright, Destroyer isn't done. I can take a favorable fight right now, and that's what I'm gonna do. So what did he accomplish? I think he killed one statue only, and a ghoul. Ghoul doesn't really matter too much, but also he took the TP from the Undead, which usually always has to be rebought, and he took basically all of the mana out of the DK. And that was enough time for the Expo to finish.
Lin.
And that's, well, suddenly this game is looking good for Lin, and the Undead is forced into an all-in. I guess you could try to counter-expand, but I don't really know that works. It's Undead after all.
I've rarely seen that before. So far, we can't fix the overlay right now. We will do it as soon as we can. Everybody's working hard on this. The Lich, though, is ungodly great with 2 claws and the orb and the gloves of haste. This could be the X factor in terms of damage deals. And we see a Pit Lord. 1-0 lately always goes for the Dark Ranger. He wants to diminish the damage of the Orcish army and goes for the Pit Lord instead.
Yeah, I guess he has a good reason for it, but he's going up against the TC and Walkers.
Yeah.
Like, Walkers can disenchant, and the TC is a really good silence target. Speaking of TC, by the way, he has found the Pendant of Energy. Lin is certainly going to be thankful for this. 58 supply already for him. He just needs to defend here. If he keeps this, if he wins this fight, he's going to win the game. The Undead is coming in, 2 Destroyers up in the air, illusions again, slightly confusing. TC walking in, Stomp, pretty good. Hitting, well, really good actually, hitting most of everything. Not going for the heroes yet is the Undead. Usually that is going to be the choice when there's no SH on the battlefield. Going for the Grunt first and for the Walkers after. Of course, taking those out of the picture would also be nice for the Howl of Terror effectiveness. Can't go get the Kodo either. Yutsu has been used by the Orc. Next Stomp hitting pretty well again. The Kodo gets to eat, and this Undead army is starting to get very small.
Definitely a mistake on WFZ not hitting the Blade Master with the Howl of Terror. So much more damage. 165 critical strike. The statue is gone, and there's not too much left for him here. 48 food looks okay, but it isn't. 55 for Lin. The TC is in focus. Does he have some healing? Yes, he has the Invul. The Lich is in trouble. Is there a coil? Yes, there is. Blade Master's going low. Invul potion used on him. 7 seconds, of course, where he can't be killed. But what then? Can WFZ buy so much time? He kills another Grunt. Blade Master is invisible, but it's being dusted here. No coil. 10 mana points are missing, but once again, brave WFZ surviving and has now the time to pressure this Expo.
But everything's low, and the DK only has a single coil left, and the Lich actually only a single Frost Armor. So the peons have to evacuate. But once the Orc has healed up and clarityed up, it's going to be a tough fight for the Undead, I do believe. I mentioned this so much. Why didn't WFZ go for the heroes right away? He decided to go for the Blade Master towards the end of the fight. I do not agree with his focus fire early on, especially going for the Grunt. I mean, who cares about Grunts? And you really have to hit those burst timings early to get out the key pieces of the Orc army.
Hard now. There's Ensnares, no TP, no nothing. Can he escape? He definitely has to. He can't take a fight. It's 6 supply and everything is healed up again. 2 Fiends super low, Pit Lord super low. He goes for the fight. Blade Master maybe. No, has an invul. The Pit Lord will definitely die, I think. But no, Blade Master finds another target here. This is such a big mistake. Oh, Coil arrives in time to get the Pit Lord or to keep the Pit Lord alive. Howl of Terror once again, but this time it's Dispel, of course, because the Blade Master once again this stun and the Lich is caught as well. Critical strike, and that's the end of him. Level 4, and now the Fiends will all fall, and the Pit Lord as well. Slaughter by Lin, GG by WFZ.
Really well played. This game looked like Lin had a very, very good answer, going for the Tier 2 expansion and trying to back it up with a strength and ensnare and the TC, which is also pretty good on level 2. I wonder though, WFZ's timing, there was obviously a timing presenting itself to him with the expansion coming up. I think that I don't know about the Pit Lord too much. I think a Dark Ranger would have been better. Also the Focus Fire I was questioning. And usually he should be able to get up to 60 supply there. And I don't think the one statue kill should have really kept him from that too much. But all in all, Lin playing this really well. There can't be too much can't be too much blamed on WFZ's side.
Yeah. Looking if okay, we have okay.
And yeah, that's a big fight. You can see heroes are being ignored, and there we see the Grunt dying again. Don't know about that choice. Heroes still untouched, going for the Kodo Beast, but doesn't really have the burst. Seems like he was out of mana for a Nova or something.
Maybe we do have full screen now.
Our helpers are still trying.
I found the right setting. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little involved in production here as we're trying to fix the overlay. And I think this should be good with the next game, because then it is... I hope this will still capture the game then. But it should. So let's hope for the best, otherwise we have to restream. So we're getting a new fancy code here on our stream. And everything is a little, confusing here, but... we'll try to improve as good as we can.
That was at the end of the game here. It's just too much Orc stuff. 60 supply, not enough damage for all of this. I wonder why he went for the Pit Lord. Maybe he just thought he needed something to tank. Of course, Pit Lord, great stats for a level 1 hero. A lot of HP, decent amount of armor, a lot of right click if he gets to attack.
Yeah, maybe he felt that the longer the game goes, the better the Blade Master gets, and then of course Howl of Terror becomes amazing. And
Yeah, but I mean, he had to win the game right there. If
yeah,
the game
that
goes longer, he
that's
loses
true.
anyways.
That's definitely true. So
Map number 2 is going to be the Undead's choice, and as it is so often, it's going to be Last Refuge.
obviously,
I wonder what Lin vetoed. Usually it is Last Refuge for the Orcs veto choice. Do we have any comments on how the stream is, by the way?
fine.
Fine. I'm fine with fine. Seems like everyone's ready, and we're about to hit map number 2. Countdown starting. WFZ, very impressive against Infi yesterday. One of the rare victories he managed to achieve. Oh, that's not good.
What?
Look at the left. What did you do, Neo?
Full oh shit. Okay. This is definitely not good. But alright. Maybe we can fix that as well.
Can't do it now.
We have 4-3 Warcraft.
Why did you fiddle with it, man? Alright. The Undead again going for the Tet Fiends. Seems like we are not seeing the Fast Fiends at all anymore. This is looking a little weird, guys. I know. It's a little bit squeezed. We're going to change that again after this game. Please forgive us. We're trying to improve the stream and the video as best we can, but we can still see the game. And that's the most important thing. So Lin going for the 2-burrow, by the way. I think that was the biggest difference, actually, in the early build compared to what he did against 1-2-0. Against 1-2-0, he went for the 1-burrow tech, which meant that once he hit tier 2, he had only 2 grunts. And on Last Refuge, I remember the game, I thought he looked particularly weak, considering he's Lin, when he's usually so amazing. So he went 1-burrow tech, and then once the SH with 2 grunts were out, he decided to be aggressive and tried to creep Jack here, when the Undead already had a Lich.
You know
And
what?
of course, then you get ensnared everywhere.
We just show this now. So it's you have the cameras now, and for the next game we hopefully have our 16:9 back. But this is also pretty cool, I think. All right. So Last Refuge. This is definitely the best Undead map in the game so far, which will not get vetoed.
Yeah, against Orc, it's probably the best map, I would say.
Yeah.
Can fairly reliably creep the screen one, and usually the merchant as well. Because if the Orc comes in, it's pretty dangerous. Grunts might get ensnared, and you really don't want to lose those valuable units, much like Fiends. The thing, though, is with his early DK build here, it's pretty predictable. On maps like Twisted Meadows, the DK can decide to be aggressive or defensive, and both are valuable. Both can lead to great success. But here, I'm not so sure that you can creep so effectively. We saw it before, creeping the Murlocs here, but that's not like on TM, where you can almost get level 2 already. But it appears that he would be doing this again.
Player's forces are under attack.
And the Blade Master now taking out the Ogre, and we're back with sound. So far we have missed nothing really. It's pretty much the same as game number 1. Let's take a look at the techs. The Orc is ahead in tech, so this means this time he went for the 1-burrow tech again, but we can already see the 3rd grunt queued. Where's the first one, actually? Over here trying to scout. And yeah, these sentry wards now so valuable for WFZ. Sees where the Blade Master is, exactly knows how risky he can creep, but the Blade is actually bypassing the High Priest, which is where I was expecting him to be.
That's definitely interesting. Wand of Mana Stealing, of course, not the greatest item, but early game, this can give him a Fiend, because the mana, of course, on the DK is always low. So, starting a next creep now with this one Fiend, he needs level 3 as fast as possible, but level 2 is already a cool accomplishment, I think, from his side. And yeah, we see the Watcher Wards on stream here. Nice positions. With so much vision on the map. So, Blade Master's creeping up. 2 circles already, maybe the third one here. DK is coming, though, and he has a coil. Will he invest it here? I do not think so. He has enough mana so he can be burned.
Blade Master would love to be left alone now, just to creep up some more. He has 3 grunts, so he could creep like over here with them by themselves. But not doing it. Is he seriously going to the... No, not going towards the bottom right. That would be kind of crazy.
This time Lin goes for Shadow Hunter, and this time Lin goes only for a Bestiary. So no Lodge.
They're dancing for the Overseer here. One of Mana Stealing being used. We still have 1 coil remaining. But does he have the boots, by the way, this time? He doesn't have the boots! He skips the boots!
Again.
Really don't like that. Of course, that accelerates your timing for everything else, but greatly diminishes your pick-off potential.
Okay,
The last hit with a Fiend. Is he gonna get it? Oh,
no, Blade Master got it. And Claws of Attack +6 for him as well. This is already +10 damage. We like that. And tier 3 tag immediately by Lin in the main base. Shadow Hunter pops out, and we saw how dangerous this guy can be in the right situation.
Oh, and the Blade Master, by the way, has full mana and about to hit level 3. He's gonna be able to stalk the undead forever. And the DK is not yet level 3 himself. He's far away, actually. This Merchant won't even be enough.
Tome of Agility +2 damage on the Blade Master, additionally. And the army of WFZ looking so small. I mean, the Lich is coming now, yeah, and the Slaughterhouse and the tier 3 tech, but Lin is so much stronger currently. A mana potion or Invo potion would be great, but Lin is coming in! And he uses the coil this time in the perfect timing, and it is the mana potion, so he can be happy about that.
That's actually an amazing item. That item can win a fight. 50 versus 50, if the coils are on time, that item can win you a fight. And with that item, maybe he's gonna decide to go for a Dark Ranger push. Don't tell me he sold it. No, okay, he sold something else. He sold the ring.
No, not this time. Shadow Hunter is creeping up, almost level 2 it is, and more items of course for the Blade Master, as we oftentimes mention. This is a pretty good map for Blade Master as well, because a lot of claw spots here too, but only in the late game, because usually early on you don't creep that much. Blade Master continues on.
This was really well done. He went in with a backstab, then he drained the DK the mana, trying to get the Fiend. The Fiend survived, but he had to use the greater mana for this. I think it would have been better to just let the Fiend die, but, you know, panic situation anyways. Really, really well done by Lin. And he's absolutely playing much better than against 1-2-0.
True that. That was definitely his weakest day, the second day of the group stage where he lost against 1-0. On the other side, Scourge Bone Chimes for WFZ at the mercenary camp. But okay, I think WFZ can see now where Lin is and what he's doing, so he has enough time.
Yep, that's gonna be the level 3 for his DK. Gonna be the almost level 2 for his Lich. What did the Blade find?
Sobi Mask.
Ooh, this SH. Yeah, and Lin playing this completely different. Going for more grunts in the early game, the SH being defensive instead of aggressive. And I think that's the right choice. I think you're only supposed to be really aggressive when you have Raiders and Walkers, which makes you so strong on tier 2. So Lin has switched it up, and that makes it very, very tough for WFZ to defeat this world champion in tip-top shape. Now the Blade Master trying to find some more pickoffs, or at least force some mana, but the statue here for the regen. But still forces the coil. That's level 2 finally on the Lich. Do we have a peon again? He's tier 3, he's going for the TC. Against 1-2-0 in Ting, he was so greedy going for an expansion with triple hero with bad levels very early on. It resulted in an amazing game, but it was absolutely incredibly greedy. Now the Orcs doing the Orc trick, pulling out the Ogre Lord and going for the big item.
See it here, and it is Warsong Battle Drums.
Wow.
You might say, oh, he has a Kodo already, but this is the command order from the Overseer, so it stacks even more damage.
Yeah,
and Remo, you as a math professor, how does the stacking of items work?
Well, it's 20% for the Kodo and 10% for the other item.
Did you have some theory about that? Something like But yeah, it's a lot of damage that has been added or will be added. So I think focusing the Kodo Beast is even more important now to just get rid of the damage or a Pit Lord third.
Yeah. And especially if the TC gets level 3, that is kind of where the issues ensue for the Undead. But because there's too many important targets to take out, or at least get out of the fight. Blade Master, TC, Kodo Beast, and Raiders. That's why I say in this matchup, when the Orc hits 3 on all of his heroes, or 3 on second and third, and 4 on the Blade Master, I've rarely seen games where the Undead can still win. Maybe 1-0 will have to show us someday. But the TC is not yet level 3. There is no Expo coming yet. Greed has not been the #1 factor for Lin, his #1 goal. He's standing next to his shop and he's saving a bit of resources. Maybe now he believes that he wants to go. Nope, but actually there's more Berserkers, Headhunters, not yet Berserkers. Actually they are, never mind. Queued in the barracks, and seems like he will be going into upkeep very quickly, and I like this choice. He wants to get levels, and you need to get a big army to get the big creep camps. Dark Ranger, by the way, is the choice this time, and we have the Undead in upkeep already. Let's take a look at the items quickly here. Blade Master with plus 29 damage, Jesus Christ, but not yet the level 2 crit. We also have an Anchor of Reincarnation. I don't think that's even bad at all on the TC. He might be getting focused, and the SH in the back with the Zombie Man. It's going to be a lot of healing. He's standing next to his shop as well. TC walking in, Silence not coming out. Interesting, I guess. Nova flying onto the Grunt. Again, he focuses the Grunts. I don't understand. DK already very, very low. Has to go into the back lines. Now going for the Raiders after this. Hex to prevent the coils, and 2 Fiends might be on the menu. Yes, gets 2 right away. Might be getting 3. No, actually, Coil saves 1 more. Also Burrow saving one of those Fiends. Going for the Kodo Beast now. The Nova comes in. There's a speed scroll. Really well done to save that Kodo. There's even another one coming. He gets that Kodo, but there's a second one already out. And the Lich in the front lines now might be finding himself in trouble. TP out from the other, but he will lose the Destroyer before he gets out. Gonna get 1 more Grunt. But I really don't understand why he's going for the Grunts all the time. I really, really don't.
Maybe he wants to save his Fiends a little. Or don't want the damage, but yeah, I agree. But the Kodo Beast save from Lin was really good this time. Last game against TH, or the second map against TH, the speed scroll cost him the match. This time, that almost saved it to him. But still, I think a pretty decent fight for WFC, despite losing the town portal. And on map #1, he didn't rebuy it. So maybe this is, the time for Lin, of course, now to go for another red spot. And he kills it, and it is...
the pipe. Alright, these items are really lucky for him. He found 1 ring earlier, and I guess the... what's it called? The one of Mana Sealing wasn't too great, but the way he used it, it was actually really good. So the items definitely in favor of the Orc. What do we have on the Undead side? We have an Ankh on the Lich. The DK is level 4 now. I believe he has the Death Pact. Yes, he does. Has been getting focused pretty heavily before. Ghoul's now joining the party. 55 Undead supply against 50 for the Orc. The TC is not yet level 3. That's going to be a big upgrade. Blade Master showing himself. Shade also, by the way, now.
Yeah. Does he have mana? Yes, he does. But yeah, if the TC hits 3 and with 3 auras, 4 auras, how is WFZ supposed to break this with only Fiends so far and statues? He needs amazing micro. His heroes are not pimped. He didn't get too much of the map because Lin was always a little faster than the Undead. He gets a few experience points though, but it's not the biggest levels here to achieve. DK only aura level 1, so he has Death Pact, so every single kill becomes more important since then he has more skeletons, and Dark Ritual soon, and Death Pact he has.
And this, most importantly, is going to be the level 4 for the level 3 for the TC, and the level 4 for the Blade Master, and the level 4 for the SH.
Whoa.
This is such a big camp. Oh, Jesus. The Shade sees it and reports back to the army. Guys, we got some issues.
But he has another issue because in the upper left, the expansion is coming up for Lin. He scouted it already with the skeleton, starting this creep check now. Lin is so close to him. Maybe another speed scroll engagement. The last one was superb. Oh, gets a Fiend for free as a reinforcement. First Abomination, by the way, coming as a blocker. And he cancels the expansion.
The one thing that is the weakness here for Lin's army is the SH. If he gets caught out of position, silence Coil Nova, he might just die.
He has no TP, man. And he's kind of trapped. Nice burrow, a nice dodge of the End Snare with the burrow. But this time there's reveal.
Going for the TC first. Here's a silence. And he has to run back. We have Abomination as well. Kodo Beast might not be able to reach this. Going for the Headhunters first, even though he has no Destroyers. The DK way in the front line. Needs to move a Destroyer to dispel this. The Death Knight, there's no dispel. DK falls. No more first hero. And the missing air unit of the Destroyer really coming in big. Kodo's coming from the north. Kodo's coming from the south. Munchie. The TC might be dropping low, but he still has the Ankh. This one, Kodo, will be falling, but of course no more Aura. No more coils, and we have so much more healing. This SH mana regen is ridiculous. Just look at it tick up. I guess you can't see it because we're on the other stream.
Yeah, but the
still,
TC.
Where is the damage for the Undead now? I guess he has the orb left, but especially no healing. GG. And it goes to Lin in strong showing.
Yeah. Seems to be a very easy game for the WCA champion, who is now in the winner bracket final, guaranteed top 3. This is the right resolution, right? Is it 60 by 9? I think so. No.
I mean, apparently it was not because...
All right. That was the first out of 4 games here today. And it was very one-sided. I mean, the start of Echo Isles was pretty damn good of WFZ. He was there to catch on par with Lin, but once he had the ball in his hand, he just ran away like Usain Bolt, and WFZ had no chance ever to come back into this.
By the way, 16 by 9 seems to just not work here.
That's weird. Yeah, we're gonna use that time to fix the while we see the recap here again on Last Refuge, this first fight. Focusing the grunts, maybe he just wanted more experience, I'm not too sure why he did that. Then the raid is of course a way more important unit.
Yeah, I think the focusing has to be better here. Game number 1 also, I mean game number 2 was more one-sided, I guess. But game number 1 especially, there was only one invul at the beginning of the big fight, and then you have to go for the heroes when there's no SH.
Yeah.
So WFZ actually having an amazing game on map number 1, but when it comes to the late game fights, maybe he should improve on what he clicks on.
He will be the opponent of Infi and TH, right?
He should be.
He should be, so that's gonna be a very hard opponent in the next round for the Chinese Undead. But it's already a great accomplishment for him, I think, to be in the winner bracket semifinal. This has rarely been the case before in a big tournament like this. I mean, smaller cups, yeah, but apart from that. And here, of course, everything was over already. Lin with the items, Lin with the bigger army, Lin with the better decisions, and of course, that's the decision you get.
Yep. You may not have to go for a Destroyer in that fight, but if you don't go for it, your DK can't be so far up front.
Yeah.
So I think
That was
WFZ is playing really well, but his late game micro could be a little improved.
I agree. So the next game is going to be the second winner bracket final, which will be interestingly between Czech and 120. So yesterday 120 defeated a Night Elf, and it was hard for him. He was brought to his limit. But what's Czech going to do? So far it is his tournament. Group stage was amazing. Yesterday against Romantic was also amazing with Huntress pushes. This won't work today. The old man, will he follow Lin? We're going to see about that. We go into a small break and we'll be right back with a fixed overlay.